I wish that I could sing. I wish that I could play a whole lot of songs for you in this podcast because I've had an awesome week this week with my 15-year-old daughter. We had a night to remember and involved a whole lot of music. But if I play the music, the copyright laws and algorithms will get me and nobody will be able to hear the pod. So I'm just going to tell you about it in a sec. Plus, one of the hardest things for every parent to overcome. It's hit me really hard this week and I have not been at my best. Kylie's got a new purchase that she wants to tell you about because it's changing her life. And we're going to celebrate that same daughter that had the big musical experience with me because she's just hitting sixes all over the park at the moment. That and more to make your family happier based on what we're learning. It's I'll Do Better Tomorrow, the Happy Families podcast, Friday edition. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to the Happy Families podcast, Friday edition. My name's Dr. Justin Coulson, here with Mrs. Happy Families, mum to our 6 kids, Kylie. Today, we unpack the week that was and talk about what worked and what didn't. You're up first. You've purchased something that you're very excited about, and we've got a daughter who is knocking it out of the park, and you just want to talk about why that's working so that other families can figure out how to replicate it with their own kids.
Not sponsored at all, no. But we have been through, I've lost count how many alarm clocks we've been through over the years, trying to find one that works well, is reliable.
And everybody's saying, what do you need an alarm clock for? Just use your phone.
We don't want our phones in our room.
Correct.
And we got online and we had a look and we found this alarm clock, and it's called the Sunrise alarm clock. And it has literally changed my life.
Yes, yeah.
It really has. And the reason I'm
cool.
sharing it is because I've talked to a couple of parents who have gone, oh, I need that.
Yeah.
So the Sunrise alarm clock works in 2 ways. It actually has a light that lights up your room like a sunrise would. So it starts off with this deep red kind of coloured light when you decide you want it to.
But it's really soft. It's like it doesn't overpower the room. It's not like the light switches on. It slowly gets brighter, like the sun coming up.
Yeah, and you can decide that you want that to happen for half an hour before your alarm goes off, or 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. So I've got it on for 15 minutes before our alarm goes off. But then when my alarm goes off.
Sorry, I have to do a little flex here, which means that at 4:45,
sunrise.
Our room is getting light. Yeah.
Yeah. And then at 5 o'clock, the birds start chirping because that's the alarm sound that I picked. But I could have rushing waves or it's some lullaby music, or there's
you can just have the radio come on or your Spotify or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got these birds chirping and it just sounds like the sun has come up and
everyone's starting to wake up.
Yeah, really natural. And the birds sound really nice.
And the challenge I have had not my whole life, but since you and I have been married, is the alarm goes off and it's a big loud noise and you jump out of bed with all of this energy and I'm like, can I just have 5 more minutes? And so what I love about this is such a gentle way for me to wake up. I actually wake up when the light goes on because I am very sensitive to light. So I'm aware that it's there, but I know I've got 15 minutes that I can just lie there and so sometimes I will actually sleep through it. And other times it's just this gentle awareness that it's going to be time to get up soon. And so when those birds start chirping, I'm ready to get out of bed. So I'm just sharing that. If anyone is really struggling or likes a nice slow warm up to get out of bed, this has changed my life.
Yeah, and again, hashtag not sponsored. I've just looked it up now and I'm going to link to it in the show notes. It's called the Sunrise Alarm Clock. It's like $90 on Amazon. And the main reason we've done this is because we do not want to have our phones in our bedroom. We want to wake up and not have the phone be the first thing we touch, first thing we look at, first thing that grabs our attention. We want to wake up a little bit more naturally and give our brains time to just adjust to the day. Ideally, we go exercise after that, right? So the whole thing is let's wake up and not touch the phone for the first hour and a half of our day. How amazing would that be to just let our brains be normal and not get that dopamine hijack that starts first thing? So I'll link to that in the show notes. The Sunrise Alarm Clock, not sponsored, but available in the Happy Families.
Oh, and one more thing you have to know, because the other reason this came up
Yeah.
was one of my friends said that she's really light sensitive, so she doesn't like those digital clocks because the light from the numbers shines.
Yep.
This has a dimmer, so at nighttime we literally dim it so you can't even see what time it is.
Yep.
Or you can see it like really, really faintly.
Which is really good because if you dim it all the way down, when you get a bit older and you have to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, you don't look at the clock. So you don't get into bed going, oh my goodness, it's 4:15. I've got to get up in half an hour. You just get back into bed and go back to sleep because you can't see what time it is and you haven't touched your phone because your phone's not in the bedroom and the dimmer on the.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Just check it out.
So that's your I'll do better tomorrow. You're not going to talk about the kids.
Not.
You're going to talk about how good
But it actually
your
leads in really lovely because at the beginning of the year, you and I set some really big health goals for us. And my mum actually asked me the other day what I was training for.
Yeah.
Because last year I did a mini, and I'm saying very mini triathlon with my daughter. And she kind of figured there must be some big event happening. Well, the big event is getting old. I'm getting old.
Best answer ever. What are you training for? Old age. And I might add, and I don't say this in a disrespectful way because life is challenging in a variety of ways for a variety of different people, but your mum has not aged particularly well, and she uses a walker, and she's about to have to get a mattress to help her to get out of bed. Like, she's at an age now where she lacks the strength that she needs. So it's kind of a bit of a pointed thing to say, and you weren't saying it in a nasty way, but training for old age, like, we want to be able to pick up the grandkids. We want to be able to get out of bed without needing mechanical assistance, those sorts of things when we're in our 70s and 80s and 90s.
But our children are watching, and they are starting to kind of catch on. And our 15-year-old came to us a few weeks into the year, and she said, I think that I want to ride to Bible study class each morning. That's a big deal. It's a 20K bike ride along some pretty major roads. There is no way she could do it on her own. And so you and I looked at each other and kind of went, how do we make this happen? Because this is going to interfere with our schedules in the morning, our exercise goals. And we did some shuffling and we worked things out. And I really just want to give her a massive shout out.
Yeah.
We're 6 weeks in now. She has missed 2 days of this bike ride because of the weather has been so bad. But
not through her saying, I want to sleep, I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock and do this. She just, we told her, stay asleep, the weather's bad.
Yeah, we've ridden through some sprinkles. We've ridden through a little bit of rain, but the 2 days we missed, they were crazy winds one of the days and torrential rain the other day. And the thing that stands out to me, I guess my little kind of take home, is that when our kids come to us with their big goals, like this was a big goal for her. And to be honest, we really did not think that she would stick it out. But 6 weeks in, I'm looking at this kid and I think if you were to ask her, she would tell you it's the best part of her day. It's just such a great way to start the day. She's got more energy. She gets off the bike with a smile on her face, and she's really proud of herself because she's stuck with something that she probably wouldn't have thought she would.
Yeah, and it's meant that we've had to do things differently. We're not doing exactly what we want to do, how we want to do it. It's come at a sacrifice to us, but that's what you do for your kids. You keep on sacrificing. You keep on doing what is necessary to help the kids go where they need to go. And eventually you kind of go, it's still working. It's not ideal, but it's still working.
But here's the thing. I don't feel like we are sacrificing. We're getting to spend this time with her in a way that we wouldn't have been able to spend time with her, firstly. And secondly, while it's not the way we would have done our exercise each morning, for me personally, it's actually stretching me because I have to ride a different bike.
We've worked out a way to make this work for us. A wise person once told me sacrifice is when you give up something of lesser value for something of greater value.
And that's where I think we're at.
Lily
could never have done this on her own, but doing it with us has meant that it's more enjoyable for her, firstly. It's more achievable than it ever could have been. And as a result, she's sticking to it.
Okay, so take-home message. Buy the, whatever it is, sunrise alarm clock that we'll link to in the show notes, and we don't get any kickbacks or anything like that. I've just put the link to Amazon in the show notes. And getting the kids doing the things that are important to them in a way that is sustainable and supporting them. And I keep on saying resilience is relational.
Yeah.
That seems to move the needle. All right, up next on the pod, I have four things I'm allowed to better tomorrow because it's just been such an awesome week. I can't wait to share them with you, and they may just move the needle in making your family happier. We're back. This is the Happy Families podcast. Thank you so much for choosing to listen to the pod each day. We really, really are grateful that you take time to be with us. On Monday, I want to do an entire podcast on this. My I'll Do Better Tomorrow was going to be about something that happened on Wednesday afternoon. And it's pretty big. The CEO and co-founder of Roblox, was in Australia. He was here to meet with politicians. He's here to listen and to understand and to make sure that he can do everything that he can so that Roblox is a platform that children will be allowed to use in this country. And I was invited for a one-on-one with him.
Why you?
Because of all the people who do the sort of work that I do, I've been pretty
You're
noisy.
the agitator?
I've been pretty noisy about how I feel about Roblox. And they wanted me to meet him. They wanted me to have a conversation with him. And I really want to spend the entire day talking about that on the pod. But because this is I'll Do Better Tomorrow and so much happened and I have so many thoughts, it would be inappropriate for me to try to squeeze it into a couple of minutes. So on Monday, we're going to unpack that big time. David Baszucki, the CEO and co-founder of Roblox. I wasn't allowed to take notes and I haven't recorded anything. I'm just allowed to share my reflections on the experience. So you know how I feel about Roblox. It's going to be a banger. I can't wait for Monday's pod. But I wanted to sneak that in now as part of our I'll Do Better Tomorrow. Second thing that I wanted to share is something that I think every parent needs to know, and that is that you are stronger than you think, and so are your children. I've been doing these presentations around the country, and last week I was in Sydney. I did a student session, full school assembly, something like 600 or 700 kids in the audience. And I had this brilliant experience. Like, it was so good. The presentation was called Level Up, and it was designed to help students to be focused and to be effective and to just push a little bit harder and really, really do things that matter. I started off with one simple principle. You are stronger than you think. That was the main thing that I wanted to share. And Kylie, I asked the teachers to pick two of the most competitive boys that they could find in the entire school. So they got a year 9 boy. His name was Jamie. He's a motocross champion. So really fit, really strong, really healthy, really animated kind of kid. And they picked one of the year 12 prefects. His name was Alex. Goes to the gym every day, strong, healthy. I wanted competitive, strong kids. These two boys came up onto the stage and I asked them to do a plank and just see who could outlast the other. I asked them how long they thought that they could go and said, away we go. Here it goes. And for the first 2 minutes, it was pretty boring.
Well, how long did they think they could last?
They thought 2 minutes would be pretty good.
Okay.
2.5 minutes would be pretty good.
Were they confident?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they looked at each other, year 9 boy, year 12 boy, and you could see the testosterone rippling across the stage. They were ready for this. So I said, ready, set, go. They've gotten down and they've assumed the position. And at 2 minutes, they were going strong. 2.5 minutes, that's a long plank.
That's a long plank.
They were still going strong. 3 minutes, starting to get shaky. 3.5 minutes, both still going, but looking at each other like, I think I'm going to die. And finally, at 3 minutes 45, the year 12 boy, Alex, finally cracked. And half a second later, Jamie let it go because he knew that he'd won. I mean, they were in trouble. Research shows that we've got about 40% more in the tank than we usually think we have. And when we say I'm trying to pour from an empty cup, I'm empty, I've got nothing left. Sometimes that is true. I'm not saying it's not true, but quite often we have more than we think. We are stronger than we think. We push through more than we think.
Our PT, he literally faces me so I can't see the clock. And I swear whenever I ask him how much longer,
all the time.
He says, another 10.
He's not even counting. He doesn't even care.
I know.
He's just like, how much?
I'm
10
dying.
seconds. Yeah. It was just such a great experience, though, to watch these boys and see the whole school get behind them and cheer them on and see their success. But 3 minutes 45 for a plank is amazing. But to be able to teach this principle, you are stronger than you think. And that's what I really wanted to share in my I'll Do Better Tomorrow.
Well, they almost doubled what they thought.
Yeah.
You know, they were confident with 2 minutes.
And the data says that you can do about 40% more than you think you can, which is pretty wild. So that's the second thing of the 4 that I wanted to share. Our time is all but up. So just briefly, when I got back from a massive week in Sydney, I met Lily, our 15-year-old in Brisbane. She caught the train from the Sunshine Coast down to Brizzy. I picked her up at Bowen Hill Station. We went and got some grilled burgers for dinner, and then we walked to Suncorp Stadium for some Ed Sheeran.
All right, Brisbane, this is it. This is day 3 of the weekend.
And I discovered that I was stronger than I thought too. Because we didn't have seats. We were on the field and we were standing. Our tickets were not bad, but they weren't great. And I just had to stand in place for 5 hours because we watched Vance Joy and then there was the gap, the intermission, and then Ed Sheeran came on. And It was a 3-hour concert plus Vance Joy plus the intermission, and then we had to walk out of there.
Who enjoyed it the most?
Lily. And I would have left halfway through because the start and the end were really great, but the middle was not that strong. Ed Sheeran is not Billy Joel. He doesn't have the same depth in his catalogue that some of the great artists do. He's good.
Well,
he is good.
How old is Billy Joel?
Of course.
Yeah.
But it was a good show. I'm really glad we went, but I would have walked out way earlier. But Lily just loved it. And again, you've already said it, Kylie. We make sacrifices for our kids. They'll never fully understand what we've done, what we've given up.
Don't tell her. It really wasn't a sacrifice that I didn't have to stand for 5 hours.
Yeah, well, I was going to take you, and you were like, why don't you take Lily? Why don't you take Lily?
It was a huge sacrifice. It really was.
And now I want to contradict everything that I've said about You're Stronger Than You Think, because as a result of my late night on Friday night at Ed Sheeran, and then you and I went on a double date with some friends, which didn't end until nearly midnight on Saturday night. I was cactus on. I was just wrecked on Sunday.
We both were. I made a decision.
You had
to
a 3-hour sleep,
hours.
even though you didn't go to Ed Sheeran. And then on Monday night, oh my goodness, this is the bit where the parenting expert says he blew it. On Monday night, I was just in pieces. Our air conditioning isn't working. It was a hot day. I'd been in the office all day. I'm not coping with all the stress that I've got. I was exhausted from Friday night and Saturday night. The kids would at each other. There was just so much. And I'm standing there with my hands in the sink doing the dishes for the third time that day, even though I don't have time to do the dishes once that day because I've got so much going on. And I was unkind. I was unkind. I was just cranky. I was short-tempered.
You were being a martyr.
I was a
That's
tush
what you were
burger.
being. You were being a martyr because you didn't have to do the dishes.
I didn't have to do the dishes. We had two different children
because you got to
they
slam
would do
them
it.
around a little bit.
I didn't slam any dishes. They would have broken if I slammed the dishes. Stronger Than You Think. I still got the dishes done.
We did.
But, oh gosh, it was hard.
Just so everybody heard that, we did.
We did. Yes, you came and joined me. And that helped me to feel a little bit better about life. Stronger Than You Think. You can get through it, but how you get through it matters. And if you're tired, it's really hard to get through it with dignity and grace. And I was a little undignified and a little less than graceful on Monday night. Kids, if you listen to the pod, I'm sorry. So my older better tomorrow is we make sacrifices for the kids and it's worth it, but we're better as parents when we're not tired.
When we're not sacrificing sleep to do it.
That's right. And you are stronger than you think. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening. We hope you find the podcast entertaining. We hope you find it helpful. We hope that it makes a difference in your family and in your life. If it does, please share it. Please like it. Please leave a 5-star rating and review. That's the stuff that makes the podcast more visible for other people. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media with additional support from Mim Hammonds. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back on Monday with my summary of my conversation with CEO and co-founder of Roblox, David Baszucki. Talk to you then.